The storm crawled across the sky like something alive, dragging its claws through the clouds and ripping thunder out of them. And in that brief, blinding flash of lightning, Elena Marrow saw her mother's house again for the first time in 14 years. Same porch light. Same cracked windows. Same shadows watching her. But tonight, one of those shadows moved. Elena froze beside her car door, breath sharp, eyes wide, rain soaking into her hair like cold fingers. She swallowed hard. "It's just the storm," she whispered to herself. But her voice trembled too much to believe it. The last time she'd been here, she was 17, barefoot, screaming for help as something dragged her mother into the hallway and slammed the bedroom door shut. Everyone said it was grief. Trauma. A hallucination caused by the fire that took the house hours later. But Elena remembered the sound, a voice that wasn't human, whispering her name through the smoke. Tonight, she was back for one reason. The house had finally been released from police ownership and reclaimed by her family. She had to sign off on it. Sell it. Burn it. She didn't care. She just wanted to be done with it. Yet the moment she stepped through the rotting wooden door, the house breathed in and exhaled her name. Elena. Her keys fell from her hand. Her lungs forgot how to work. The voice wasn't behind her. It came from everywhere. Walls, floor, ceiling. Like the house itself was speaking. "Elena." "No," she whispered. "Not again." The hallway flickered. A bulb exploded overhead, sending glass raining down. And when the darkness settled, she saw movement at the far end of the corridor. A silhouette, tall and thin, the kind of shape her brain refused to focus on because it knew better. Elena stepped back, heart battering her ribs. "I'm not doing this." But her voice, even she could hear, wasn't convincing. She turned to leave, but the front door slowly closed on its own. Click. Locked. Another flash of lightning illuminated the entryway mirror, and in the reflection, the hallway behind her was full of silhouettes. Dozens. Watching. Waiting. Elena spun around. Nothing. Empty. The mirror lied. Or the house did. A cold shiver knifed down her spine. She stumbled into the living room, the same room where she'd once played board games with her mother, the same room where she'd heard the first whispers years ago. Dust coated everything, even the old piano. Her mother's piano. Elena placed her hand on the keys, and something inside the house hummed, like it recognized her. She pulled her hand back instantly. "Don't touch it." She remembered the warning written in her mother's journal, the page burned around the edges, the handwriting frantic. "If the house wakes up, don't touch anything. Don't let it see you." But the house had already seen her. A soft sound drifted from upstairs. Footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. Not hers. Elena's pulse skyrocketed. The house was supposed to be empty. No electricity. No people. No anything except rotting furniture and boarded windows. But the footsteps continued. Tap, tap, tap. She grabbed her phone, flicked on the flashlight, and forced herself toward the staircase. Each step she took creaked under her weight. Halfway up, she paused. The footsteps stopped too. She took a breath. One more step. The footsteps returned. Closer. The beam of her flashlight trembled as she reached the top of the stairs. The hallway stretched into darkness, but one door was open, her mother's old room. The air around it felt colder, heavier. "Elena!" She jerked, nearly falling back down the stairs. The voice came from inside the room. This wasn't possible. The house had no electrical wiring left for speakers. No vents for voice travel. No reason for anything to be calling her name except. Her flashlight flickered once, and the bedroom door slowly swung wider. Her mother's perfume drifted out, lavender and smoke. Elena's knees weakened. She stepped inside and froze. The walls were covered in drawings, charcoal on peeling wallpaper. Not childish scribbles. Detailed sketches. Of Elena. At different ages. Some she recognized, moments she remembered, her 8th birthday, wearing a paper crown. Singing at the school recital. Standing by the lake. frowning at the camera. But the last picture wasn't a memory. It showed Elena entering the house tonight. Her hand tightened around her phone until her knuckles went white. Someone had been here. Recently. She backed away, breath ragged, and her heel hit something soft on the floor. She pointed the light downward. A notebook. Her mother's journal. The last entry was freshly written. Fresh ink. Fresh handwriting. If you're reading this, it means the house knows you're here. It will try to show you things. Feelings. Memories. Lies. Do not listen. And Elena, do not go to the basement. A heavy thud slammed against the wall behind her. Elena screamed and spun around. A woman stood in the doorway. Wet hair. Dark dress. Eyes hollow. Mom. The figure tilted her head. Too slowly, like a puppet being asked to remember how a neck worked. Then she smiled, a twisted, unnatural stretch. You came back, the thing whispered. I knew you would. Elena stumbled backward, hitting the dresser. You're not real. My mother is dead. The figure blinked once, and suddenly she wasn't 10 feet away. She was right in front of Elena. Her breath smelled of ashes. Are you sure? It whispered. The lights blew out. Darkness swallowed the room. Elena's scream caught in her throat as fingers, cold, rigid, wrapped around her wrist. She yanked away, falling hard onto the wooden floor. Her flashlight skittered across the room, spinning wildly before landing on its side. The beam pointed silently at the closet door, which was now slightly open. A single eye peered through the gap. Elena scrambled to her feet, but something inside the closet moved, pushing the door wider. Her own voice called out from inside it. Elena, help me. Her blood froze. She shook her head. No. This is a trick. Elena, please, it's so dark. It was her voice. Her exact voice. Down to the breath patterns. The house wasn't mimicking her. It was reflecting her. She ran. Down the hall. Down the stairs. Nearly tripping as tears blurred her vision. She hit the bottom step and grabbed the front door, yanking it. Locked. Bolted. Sealed. Her breath became small, panicked gasps as she looked over her shoulder. Shadows poured down the stairs like liquid smoke. Elena! The whisper chased her, curling around her like hands. She darted into the kitchen, the one room untouched by police back then. Her mother used to stand here at 4 a.m., humming, making tea. Tonight, the kettle whistled. On its own. No flame beneath it. No electricity. Just steam rising from air. Stop, she whispered. Please stop. The humming began. Her mother's humming. Soft at first, then sharper, then dissonant, like someone trying to force a melody they no longer remembered. The whistle grew louder. The lights flickered though they weren't even connected. The walls pulsed with heat, then cold, then heat again. Elena! She spun around. A shape stood in the doorway. Not her mother. Not human. Tall, shifting, its edges blurred like it existed in two places at once. It reached out, its fingers stretching, bending, elongating. The humming stopped. Silence. A different voice echoed through the house. A child's voice. Trembling. Afraid. Elena, don't go to the basement. Her mother's warning. The journal's warning. The voice came again, louder now. Panicked. Elena, please. Don't let it take you down there. But something tugged at her. Not physically, in her mind. A pull. A compulsion. Like a memory trying to resurface. Her feet moved without her wanting them to. One step. Then another. The basement door creaked open before she touched it. A warm draft rolled out, smelling like her childhood blanket and cinnamon and her mother's hug. It was bait. But a memory, a real one, whispered inside her mind, cutting through the haze. Her mother screaming. Smoke. A door slamming. Something dragging her down the basement steps. Elena, run. She snapped back and slammed the basement door shut. "No," she whispered, backing away. "No more running into traps." The house growled, an inhuman, furious vibration that rattled glasses in the cabinets. She stared at the door. That was the heart of everything. Whatever killed her mother, whatever whispered her name, whatever shaped itself into her voice, it was down there. And it wanted her. Which meant one thing. She had to go. Her hands trembled violently as she opened the drawer under the sink. She found a rusted old lighter her mother used to keep for candles. She flicked it open. Flame. Small. Weak. But enough. Elena approached the basement door again. This time, she opened it slowly. A wave of heat hit her, like stepping into a furnace. The staircase was swallowed in darkness. Not empty darkness, but thick, heavy darkness that felt aware. She forced her foot onto the first step. "Don't!" a whisper hissed behind her. Elena didn't turn. She couldn't. If she looked, she'd break. She descended. Each step groaned under her weight. The air thickened, pressing against her chest. Halfway down, she felt something touch her ankle. She kicked instinctively, but nothing was there. 2 more steps. The lighter flickered. The basement floor emerged under the trembling flame, and she saw it. A circle drawn on the concrete in soot. At the center, blackened wood. Chaw marks. Scorch patterns. The spot where the fire had started. "Elena!" The voice came from the circle itself. A shape rose from it, ash twisting into a figure. Her mother. Not like upstairs. This one looked real. Alive. Her face soft. Her eyes warm. Tears gathering. "Sweetheart," the figure whispered. "You came back for me." Elena's breath hitched. "Mom." "Yes, baby." The figure held out her arms. "Come here." Elena stepped forward, then stopped. Her mother never called her baby. Not once. Not her entire life. Her stomach dropped. "Who are you?" Elena whispered. The figure faltered, eyes flashing black, just for a second. And Elena saw it. Behind the gentle face. Behind the trembling lips. A monster wearing grief like clothing. The figure screamed, the human mask melting, revealing something twisted, ancient, hungry beneath. The basement shook violently. The circle ignited in black fire. "You belong to me," the creature roared, voice layered with dozens of voices. Children, adults, men, women, all screaming at once. Elena stumbled back, nearly dropping the lighter, but it stayed lit. And in that split second, something clicked inside her memory. Her mother's last real words before that terrible night. "If it ever wakes, burn it, Elena. Burn all of it." Elena screamed and flung the lighter into the circle. The flames exploded upward, engulfing the creature. It shrieked, a sickening, bone-cracking sound, thrashing inside the fire as its illusion collapsed completely. The house roared. Walls trembled. Beams cracked. Smoke filled the staircase. Elena sprinted up the steps, coughing, stumbling, as the monstrous fire clawed behind her. She reached the top. The basement door slammed shut on its own, then blew off its hinges a second later. Heat blasted her across the kitchen floor. She crawled for the front door. The walls burned like they'd been waiting years to ignite. Paint peeled. Pictures fell. Shadows screamed. Elena! Not pleading now. Furious. Vengeful. She reached the door, grabbed the lock, burning her palm, twisted it, shoved with all her strength. The door burst open. Cold rain hit her like salvation. She sprinted across the yard, nearly collapsing beside her car as flames swallowed the house behind her. Window glass shattered outward. The roof caved in. Ash spiraled into the storming sky. And through the crackle and roar, she heard one final whisper. "I'm not gone." Then silence. The house collapsed completely, sending sparks into the night. Elena stayed in the mud for a long time, chest heaving, tears mixing with rain. She stared at the burning skeleton of the place she once called home. The fire died by dawn. But the whisper stayed, somewhere in the back of her mind, waiting, watching, breathing, like the house had been only one piece of something far larger. And Elena finally understood. She had escaped the house, but not what lived inside it.